Netanyahu says Iran conflict won't be endless war. Fox News interview. Iran Red Crescent says 787 killed so far since war began. UN urges investigation into horrific attack on Iran school. Attack on Iran could buoy Trump in talks with China's Xi. Who is Ali Larijani, the pragmatic philosopher turning Tehran's sword toward the West? Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the conflict triggered by US and Israeli strikes on Iran would not become an endless war, but acknowledged it could take time. Speaking in an interview broadcast Monday on Fox News, Netanyahu said the military action would be quick and decisive, though he later added that the conflict may take some time, but would not last for years. Netanyahu claimed Israel and the United States acted because Iran had been constructing new nuclear and missile facilities that would soon have been difficult to target. He alleged that since the so-called 12-day war in June, Iran had been building underground sites designed to protect its ballistic missile and nuclear programs. He said that without immediate action, future military strikes would have been far more challenging. US President Donald Trump has offered varying estimates on the possible duration of the conflict, most recently suggesting it could last more than 4 weeks. The Iranian Red Crescent Society said on Tuesday that more than 780 people have been killed across the country since the United States and Israel began striking Iran. In a statement published on its website, the organization said 787 people had been killed in the attacks, citing field reports from its operational teams. The Red Crescent said strikes since Saturday had affected 153 cities and more than 500 locations nationwide, describing over 1,000 separate attacks. Agence France-Presse said it was not in a position to independently verify the casualty figures. Separately on Tuesday, AFP journalists reported loud explosions in Tehran, while Iranian media also reported blasts in Karaj, west of the capital, and in the central city of Isfahan. The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights has called for a prompt and impartial investigation into an attack on a girls' school in Iran that reportedly killed dozens of people. Iranian authorities said 165 people were killed in an Israeli strike on a girls' elementary school in southern Iran. Speaking at a press briefing in Geneva, UN human rights spokesperson Ravina Shamdasani described the incident as horrific. She said High Commissioner Volker Turk was calling for a prompt, thorough and impartial investigation, adding that responsibility lies with the forces that carried out the attack. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said American forces would not deliberately target a school, after Iranian state media reported that more than 160 people were killed on the first day of U.S. and Israeli strikes. The ongoing U.S. military campaign against Iran, including the strikes that killed Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has complicated diplomatic planning for a proposed summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The summit, expected to take place from March 31st to April 2nd in Beijing, was intended to focus on trade and broader strategic dialogue. But the U.S. campaign against one of China's key partners has placed Beijing on the back foot and raised uncertainty about whether the meeting will go ahead. China has strongly condemned the U.S. and Israeli military actions as unacceptable and a breach of state sovereignty, but its response has been measured, reflecting both limited leverage over U.S. military decisions and the transactional nature of its diplomatic ties with Tehran. Beijing has also warned that the Middle East conflict could push the region toward instability. Analysts say the situation leaves Xi with a difficult choice: host President Trump with the conflict overshadowing the agenda, or reconsider plans amid rising tensions. Chinese officials have not formally confirmed the summit dates. Ali Larijani has long been regarded as one of the more pragmatic and measured figures within Iran's political establishment. A conservative insider, he previously wrote on the 18th-century German philosopher Immanuel Kant, and played a role in steering nuclear negotiations with Western powers. But on the 1st of March, the 67-year-old secretary of the Supreme National Security Council adopted a markedly different tone, according to Al Jazeera. His remarks came a day after US-Israeli airstrikes that Iranian authorities said killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and Mohammad Pakpour, a senior commander in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In a message posted on social media and later echoed on state television, Larijani accused the United States and Israel of igniting the anger of the Iranian nation and vowed a forceful response. Now at the center of Tehran's security leadership, Larijani is expected to play a key role alongside the Transitional Leadership Council managing state affairs following Khamenei's death. His position places him at the forefront of Iran's response to what officials describe as the country's most serious crisis since the 1979 revolution.